Hello, 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 and Happy New Year. This is the video that goes along with the Zoom for January 4th, 2021. We are talking about section 6.4, which is what part of what you're doing this week. We're talking about triangle similarity and how to prove it. And in your lesson this week, you're learning three ways. You're learning through angle, angle, side, 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 and side, angle, side. Now today, we're just going to necessarily focus only on what this means is in two sets of triangles, you're going to have two congruent angles. So I'm going to do 4 examples for you out of the 10. And then if you want your bonus points, look at the PDF that will be downloaded on Google Classroom, write your 10 answers down, and then click them in on the Google form and submit it, and you'll get bonus points for this week. So, here we go. First, we're going to look at number 1. Now, the first thing I noticed, this is one where we have a triangle on top of another triangle. If you can't see it very well, you can all see this big triangle, the big outside triangle, hopefully. And then if you look, you'll see that there's like a small triangle that has been laying on top of it. So that means they share an angle. So that's one of our angles that we're working with here, one that they share. And that would be angle D right here, this 57. There's one of them, but remember we have to have 2. The other thing you notice when you look here at number 1 is that we're given that these 2 angles are both 78. So that's good. That's 2 sets of congruent angles, and that's all we need to know. So we can say it's similar by angle, angle. So remember, you're looking for 2 congruent angles. Right? Again, the easiest thing on this one is we are given a set. If you notice here, we have 2 angles that are 28 degrees, angle F and angle M. Now, another thing you'll notice is that we have a bow tie. Remember, bow ties are also known as vertical angles, and they're congruent. So right here, in the middle, they are also congruent. Remember, congruency of an angle can also be represented by the same number of arcs. So we have 2 sets of congruent angles, 1, 2. That's all we need to know. So we can say that we are similar by angle, angle. 2 more examples for you. These are going to go back to Unit 3 and some of the vocab words that we used then. So we're going to look at number 7. Okay. Now, when I look at this one, I'm thinking, okay, I don't see any degrees. I do see a bow tie, so I know these are congruent, but what else do we know? Well, if you see these arrows, that means these lines are parallel. And if they're parallel, then they are creating what we know as alternate interior angles. So if you're like, well, how am I supposed to remember that? Well, not only because we've talked about it all the way through to Unit 3, but if you notice a bow tie, and our bow tie has arrows on the end, that means we have alternate interior angles every single time, guaranteed. So we have 1, 2 sets of congruent angles. So angle, angle. And then one more example I'd like to do with you today. This will be number 9. Okay, we got a triangle on top of a triangle again, so we know we have angle L. Got those arrows that we were talking about, but we don't have a bow tie, so there's no alternate interior angle. So what could it be? Well, if you have a triangle on top of a triangle with parallel signs, then we have what we angles that are congruent, the ones that are on the same side. So again, we have an angle and an angle. We're good to go. So, if you're like, all right, so what do I do with this to get my bonus points, Miss Nelson? Well, you finish the other 6 problems and click the answers on the Google form. You're either going to tell me that they are similar by angle, angle, or they're not similar by angle, angle. So you got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Complete all of those and turn it in, and you can get some bonus points for this week. Hopefully I'll see some of y'all on Zoom on Thursday from 1 to 1:30. Remember, if no one shows up by 1:15, I do shut off the Zoom and create a video just like this. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.